CTV News at 6 with Hudson Mack.
Good evening. Thanks for being here. Depending where you are on Vancouver Island, you're finally getting a taste of the winter weather that's hit much of British Columbia right across the province. We have escaped the worst of it so far, but it isn't over yet. The island has avoided the brunt of the snowfall, but there's a chill definitely in the air. Helijet just gave us word that they've canceled the remainder of tonight's flights due to freezing temperatures, but nobody feels the chill more than those who are living on the street. CTV's Louise Hartland begins our coverage.
Downtown Victoria may not look like a winter wonderland, but with temperatures dipping below zero, nights can be long, cold, and extremely dangerous for vulnerable people living on the street.
People are going to be suffering from hypothermia. If they've got any sort of lung conditions, that's going to affect their lungs. I mean, it's a frostbite, and there's a number of different things that people can be affected by with cold weather.
The extreme weather protocol has been active in Greater Victoria for a number of days, popping up extra beds and shelters to get people inside since the temperature dropped below zero.
We've got 2 additional shelters opened right now. We have one in the Victoria area down at Salvation Army, and that's open for an additional 30 mats. And then we've got an additional shelter at Saanich as well. That's the Victoria Native Friendship Centre, and they're open for another 25 mats.
There has been a steady increase in the number of people turning to shelters over the past few days. Coordinators say last night there were as many as 35 beds still available, and more will open up if the need is there.
We don't ever turn anyone away. If the shelters fill up, we open up another shelter. If that shelter fills up, we open up another shelter.
300 beds are now open in Greater Victoria, with 90 more ready for the call. In Nanaimo, volunteers are putting together care packages to deliver to shelters.
So today we are making about 800 to 900 care packages for people living on the street. Every care package is hand painted, homemade cards. We're baking about 1,500 cookies.
Emergency shelter beds in the Harbour City open when it is 4 degrees above and raining. In Victoria, the Rock Bay Landing Shelter is open year-round, but there is always a need for more beds, especially when it's cold.
For us, this is a year-round issue, so we have people waiting on a mat on the floor, sometimes for 2 or 3 weeks before a bed might open up for them.
James Clark lost his job and turned to the shelter for help.
If it wasn't for this place, I'd be living on the street, probably sick and dying.
Because there's a real sense that somebody could die, could stay outside and be exposed to the degree where they're hypothermic, not realize how the cold is affecting their body, and simply fall asleep and pass away.
A harsh reality with colder temperatures and harsher conditions for much of Vancouver Island on the horizon. Louise Hartland, CTV News, Victoria.